Lee press-on nails. Press on in just seconds. Does that sound familiar to anybody? In the 80s, there was a very popular commercial that was played all day long, especially if you watch soap operas. Does anybody know what soap operas are? For Lee press-on nails. If you aren't sure what I'm talking about, let me jog your memory, okay?
These are the amazing Lee press-on nails. They press on in seconds. No glue, no mess. Simply press on Lee Super Stick tabs.
Yes, indeedy. Press on. So I would see that and I would think that's the solution. But just as they go on in seconds, they also fall off in seconds. Did anybody else experience that? So the elusive, the unicorn, the concept that there is a press-on nail out there that would actually stay on has just been something that I've always pursued, that I've always been searching for, but gave up hope years ago because anything I ever tried just failed miserably. But maybe about 5 years ago, I tried a brand that worked for me, and I've been doing lots of videos and lots of promotion for it because I just love everything about this brand, but they've upgraded something, and that's what I wanna talk to you about today. I'm Michelle Fox from Michelle Fox Beauty. I love to chat about all things beauty, especially as we reach our 40s, 50s, and beyond. And taking care of my nails has always been a burden. They're thin, they peel, they break, they even kind of twist. Like they're just very peculiar. But I love the look of someone's professionally manicured nails. And even when I get them professionally manicured, it just doesn't last. So I have always been looking for the answer. And I felt that I found that answer when I discovered Dashing Diva Magic Press nails. These are from their Glazed donut collection, which is really, really pretty. Let me see if I can get that so it's not so reflecty. But they have lots of different options for your press-on nails, designs, little gems on them, or you can just have solid, you can have matte or glossy, so many colors. And I find that if you look on their website that you get the most options. Yes, they are available at Ulta and different places like that. But when you go to their website, you just see a gazillion of them, which I love all those options. So I've used them, I've talked about them, they've worked really well. But recently, I saw that they have upgraded in several ways. First of all, they have a cardboard box now instead of plastic. So that is more environmentally friendly. But the most exciting part to me, because I'm selfish, is that they have a new strong adhesive, extra strong adhesive, super strong. The adhesive has always been great for me. It's worked for me, but this is phenomenal. Okay. So anything I've ever tried before, you put it on, but you didn't really feel secure because one of them was going to fall off, pop off. If I tried something that required glue, I would get too much glue and it was just a disaster. But with the Dashing Diva press on nails, if I applied them just right, I could get them to last for probably 3, maybe 4 days. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, that was what I wanted because the beauty of it is if you put them on for an event or a video or something, they feel secure. You know they're going to be on when you want them and need them, and then over time they start to loosen up. You can tell when they're going to start to come off, and then you can just take them off and there's no damage done to your nail bed. And so then you can take a little break and then put them on again the next time you've got an event. That's fine with me. Okay. Like that is not a problem for me at all. Some people are able to make them last longer. Sometimes they'll even use glue. There are videos on that. But what I'm getting at is that now with this new stronger adhesive, I can get them to last for about a week. And that's like mind boggling. I mean, this adhesive is fantastic. And what is just so amazing is that it's strong enough to really keep them in place, to keep them on, and yet when it's time to take them off, they come off without damaging your nails. It's really the best of all worlds. So I want to talk with you about that today. And like I said, I've talked about these before, but there are a couple of things different, and I want to give you some tips and tricks and how I make them work for me. As an aside, Dashing Diva does have lots of other lines. They have like the strips, you know, the nail polish strips. They've got gel nails. They've got like extensions. I can't remember what they call that, but they've got lots and lots of other options. But this is just something that I really like just because of the simplicity of it. And so we are going to try these. I don't usually do like this. I don't know if this is oval or coffin shape. I think maybe it's just oval. And they seem kind of longish. They say that they're medium, but they seem kind of long to me. But this is the only box that I have that's like totally full because as soon as I get them, I put them on. So I want to tell you lots of different things about this, and just stick around because you're going to learn so much. So, first of all, they come with 30 nails in a box, and the nails are numbered 0 to 11. 0 is the biggest one. So, like 0, 1, and 2 are usually the right size for your thumb. 3, 4, 5 might be for like your middle finger, a wider finger. 6, 7, 8 is good for your pointer finger or your ring finger. And then 9, 10, 11 are great for your pinkies. So I think some people probably figure out, the color, or excuse me, the number that fits their nails, just right. They use those all up and then they're done. I'm not that person. I'm going to find a way to use all 30 of these nails, okay? So, like for me, for example, like the number 1 is probably perfect for my thumbs, but I'll wear the 0 and just kind of trim off the edges, and I'll wear the 2, which is a little bit small, but people can't really tell unless they look really closely. So, I'm going to use all of these nails. So, that's my first tip, is that yes, there will be a number that is ideal for each finger, but there are second best. It's okay to use the second best, and it's okay to trim the ones that are too big. You don't want to apply one that is too big without trimming it, because it has to lay flush on your nail. If it's too wide, then it's not totally flush on your nail because the skin around it is kind of holding it up. So you need to trim it so that it will fit. So here are some tricks of the trade. You get a cute little packet that has something to clean your nails with. It's just some kind of alcohol solution, an emery board, and a cuticle stick. So my next suggestion is that if you need to moisturize, which we all do, if your hands are dry or your cuticles are dry, ideally you would use some kind of like a paraffin treatment, or an oil treatment the night before or the day before you're going to apply these. Because here's the thing, you can't have any oil or lotion or anything on your nail bed when you actually apply the press on nails. So ideally I would do that in advance, but if maybe just your hands are dry and you just want some lotion, we can work around it, okay? So we're going to put a little lotion on my hands, and I'll show you how we deal with whatever lotion might be on my nails still. All right, so part of that little packet that I mentioned, it has the alcohol pad. It's called a prep pad, and you only get one of them when you purchase a package of these. I buy extras. I just buy like some no name, alcohol prep pads to have on hand because, like I said, I'm going to use them all. Not just using one set of 10, I'm using all 30. And you can't reuse this, obviously. So, this is just like a little alcohol wipe, and you want to make sure that you thoroughly are cleaning off every single nail. And it really does matter. I'm telling you, if there's any oil or lotion residue at all, you will have an issue. And it does not take long for the alcohol to dry. But I've also noticed that if I don't wait a moment and make sure it's dry, that's going to be a problem too. So you don't want any moisture or oil on your nails of any kind. All right. So we need to prep the area. That's really, really, really important. My cuticles aren't usually a problem, but it does come with a cuticle stick. You want to move the cuticle out of the way because, like I said, you want this nail to be laying flush on your nail, not on the cuticle, not on the skin around it. So it has to be the right size, and it has to, be free of any cuticle or anything like that. All right, so the next thing that you're going to want to do is figure out what size fits what finger. So, like I said, I've already figured this out to the nth degree. So, here's like a size 0. I don't know if you can see probably not, if you can see the little number on there. But so this is probably going to be a little bit big for my thumb. It's going to be a little bit too wide. And a 1 will be a better choice, and a 2 will be a little bit too narrow. So let's find the 1 for today. All right, here's a 1, and then we can double check. This style is interesting. It's a little bit wider at the base than I'm used to. Let me try the 2. And the numbers are on there. It's not easy to see. Like sometimes I will have to like hold it up to something black so that I can see because it's just etched on the plastic. Here's something. This you can tell which way is up because of the point. I usually wear a square tip nail and I didn't know which way was up. And so I, for some reason, thought that the plastic tab went, up, but the plastic tab goes down by your cuticle, just FYI. All right, so my nail is free of any oil or lotion, and I have decided that I'm going to try number 2 on my thumb. Okay, they suggest to apply the thumb last. I guess that helps people, to be more nimble if they don't have that thumb on, but that is not an issue for me. And I usually just start with my thumb. I don't know why. It just feels logical. So anyway, you'd peel the plastic backing off and you line it up and you press it on. So there it is, much longer than I typically wear. So this is going to be different. Typing will be a challenge. But here's the key. You want to press and hold for 30 seconds for sure. Okay, it has to be 30. Longer is better. And it's a pretty firm hold. This is when it is attaching, making sure that all the air bubbles are out, that it is actually, um, all of the surface, all of the sticky surface is attaching itself to all of the surface of your natural nail. So I will kind of roll my thumb around as I'm pressing to make sure that it's all attaching on there. And I like to do this when I'm watching TV because I can just, put one on and just hold it. And, I can watch the time on my phone if I want to, but usually I'll just hold it for probably a good minute because I've got the time. Longer is better. Okay. I've done it where I've rushed through and they do not last. They won't even last the day. So it is everything. This is everything. Making sure that there's no oil or lotion and holding it, pressing it firmly for the full 30 seconds is absolutely everything. Once it is set, it still needs time to cure. So it's, it has attached, but it's going to get an even firmer attachment. Have you ever used envelopes or stickers or labels where like you can set it down, and if you want to move it, you can lift it up and set it down somewhere else, but over time it will become a permanent adhesion and you can't do it? Is that reminds me of this. So when you first put it on, yes, it is stuck on, but if you had to, you could get it off. But over time, that adhesion is going to become, more significant and they're going to stay on better. So here's another thought. You do not want to expose this to water at all because the water can very easily, get in there and get between your natural nail and the adhesive, and then it's just going to work its way loose, and that's a disaster. So that's another reason why I do it at night. I'll wash my face, brush my teeth, and then do this while I'm watching TV, go to bed so that it's got the whole, however many hours I sleep to cure, and then the next day it is like really, really secure. Um, if I have to do it during the day, I just make sure that I don't, um, expose my hands to water, in the sense of if I'm doing dishes, I'm going to wear gloves. I'm not going to take a bath. I'm probably not going to wash my hair. Yes, I'll wash my hands, but honestly, I'm pretty careful not to get my nails wet. I know that sounds terrible. I use lots of antibacterial gel on those days. All right, so this is on really, really well. And so, a couple of things that I love is when I compare this to other brands that I've tried, is that it's thin like a real nail. Some of them I've tried have either been too thin, or they are kind of useless, or more often they're too thick and they don't look real. They just look like a fake nail. And so these look and feel really natural. I also like how at the end, like where it's down by the cuticle, it kind of gets thinner and thinner, and just like how your real nail kind of slopes down a little bit, so does this. So again, it looks even more natural. I just have been so impressed with the look and feel, and now the new longevity has been like super, super exciting. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of these on, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, so I'm almost done, but I thought I would show you one more time, what it looks like when you do this. So there is a number etched on the very bottom of this adhesive, or the strip. The strip is what you're going to pull off, and the little tab where the strip extends, that is going to go down where your cuticle is. So pull the tab off. And we've already made sure that that it's the right size and everything. So then you're going to make sure that you get it on your finger, like right in the right spot, so that it's, not over your cuticle, it's right up to your cuticle. And then you press and hold for at least 30 seconds. And sometimes I'll roll my finger back and forth, just make sure I'm getting any air bubbles out and that I'm getting a really nice, firm hold all the way across. So this is a shape that I don't typically use. I usually stick with just the square. So this is pretty radical for me, and they're pretty long. So they come in short, medium, and long, square, round, coffin. Uh, these don't seem round. So what? There must be like another one, like pointy. I don't know. What is this one called? Let me look at the box. It just the name of the color is Pretty Thing, medium length. Doesn't say what the shape is on the box. But when you're on their website, you can narrow down your search by, do you want short, medium, long? Do you want square, round, coffin, whatever this is, which is really cool. And then they always have like a sale area, a sale section. So I just think that they look very natural. They feel good. They're not too thick so that you can't feel things. Some other things you want to keep in mind is that you need to train yourself not to use your fingernail to like pop a soda can or to scratch, or let's see, to open something. You want to learn to use your whole finger instead of your nail, or use a tool. You'd want to stay away from water as much as possible, especially the first 24 hours. You have to make absolutely sure that there's no oil. I know I keep saying it, but it is so important that you clean your nails and that you press the full 30 seconds. When you do all of that, they will last and last. And I just noticed that the new design, I don't think the other design, like the plastic one here, it's like I don't think this has it. But this newer design, the little well where each of the nails goes, has a number in there as well. So in addition to having the number on the tab, it's also on the little container thing to help you keep track. And believe it or not, it does help, because like I said, I already know which ones are best for my thumb, so I can just kind of quickly find it without having to hold a bunch of them next to my finger. So when you're first doing it, that is exactly what you want to do. You want to take out, so starting with number 0, let's say, and hold it up to your thumb and see, is that the right size for you? Probably not. Unless you have really wide thumbs. And then the other thing that I do is that I have my nail clippers. So let's say I do want to use numbers 0 for my thumb. So if I want to use something that is actually, a little bit too big, then I can quite easily just take some clippers and just trim off, the very edge on each side and then smooth it with the little emery board that comes with it. And that's how I use all of them. Also, some designs, not all, have like a little bit of like a ridge in the center, the top center. And so that's what I use this emery board for most often, is just to kind of smooth that off so that it doesn't bother me if I'm touching my nails. But you can like shape your nails a little more if you don't like exactly how they're shaped. You want to make it a little more customized. But so everything that you need pretty much comes with it. So I have just been really impressed with them. I'm super excited that there's a newer, even better with the super powerful adhesion. It's called the new Super Strong Adhesive, and there are 4 colors that I saw available in the Super Strong Adhesive, and they all say effect on them. And so one is sort of like sparkly, one is like a moonstone effect. This has sparkles in it. There's one I got to show you. Oh, it's so cool. Let me see what this color is called. Earth to Diva. This, if I had more of these, I would have demoed this today, but I'm down to my last 10 and none of them fit me quite right. But this is so cool because it changes color depending on how the light hits it. So it will either be turquoise or purple or like a midnight blue. It's so pretty. And this is the style that I usually use, is just sort of the square shape. Um, I used to love the short because you can put on the short square shape and type and do everything without any problem at all. That's great if you just want something that's really efficient. I like the medium length just because it looks a little more glamorous. Like I said, these are medium, but this is pretty long for me. I don't think I would be able to wear these on the regular, just because I think it would be hard for me to type. And then the long, like the official long, are very, very long. So if that's the look that you like, that is available. So if you want to try Dashing Diva Magic Press, Press On Nails, or any of their other lines, there is a link in the description of the video that will take you straight there. And you can see for yourself all of the different designs and colors and lengths and shapes. There's just so much to choose from, and it's very, very affordable. And if you purchase a certain amount, the shipping is free, and the amount is very reasonable. So I suggest that you give them a try. I've been so happy with them myself. I recently saw that Kiss brand got like Allure's best press on nail, title for 2024 or 2023 or something. And I've tried Kiss and I like them, but I don't like them as well as I like the Dashing Diva. I feel like they, either the shape or the thickness, just doesn't seem as realistic as I think these do. So that's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you're thinking, what you use, what you love, and what other tips you have to help them look better, last longer. I do know, like I said, that people have used nail glue and say that they can get these to last, 2 or 3 weeks. I think that's amazing. I did try that. And for me, again, I didn't really see that it helped them last that much longer. So I don't know what I was doing wrong, if it was the type of glue I was using or the way I was applying it. I don't know. But for me, I'm just happy just using it the way they're supposed to be used. I'm fine having something last 4 to 7 days and then take them off and try something else. So I guess I can show you that real quick. So if you are having a hard time getting them off, usually one will start loosening up a little bit, and that one might come off pretty easily, but the rest might need a little help. Dashing Diva does have a magic off solution. So this is like the big jug of it. But then you can put it in this dropper, And so you can just use this, just kind of drop this along your cuticle or behind the back of your nail, and it seeps in and loosens up the bond. So again, you can wear these and remove these with no damage to your natural nail. One of the very best parts. So I hope you give it a try. If you do, let me know. Let us know the color and style that you love. I'll put some of my favorites in the description as well so that you can look for them because, like I said, I've been using this for a minute and I can't wait for them to come out with more options in this new super strong adhesive. I love that. And I do see a difference. They last longer for me. So I love, love, love them. So, anyway, so I hope you got a little something out of this. And like I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts, your experience. If you do try it, come back and let us know what you think. And as long as I've got you, don't forget to like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to my channel, Michelle Fox Beauty. Every subscriber helps me to achieve my personal goals. So it only takes you a second, but it means so much to me. Thanks so much. And if you hold on a sec, the next video that pops up is going to be something that is selected especially for you from the YouTube powers that be. So why don't you stick around and see what that is and check it out. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.